Are medieval weapons shown today historically accurate? Imagine walking through a museum or watching a reenactment and seeing medieval weapons displayed. Do they look like what warriors actually used hundreds of years ago? That's what we're here to find out. Many modern displays and movies aim to show medieval weapons as they truly were. They base their designs on surviving artifacts, old illustrations, and written records from medieval Europe. These sources help craft replicas that are quite close to real weapons. For example, swords from the Middle Ages often weighed between 2 and 4 pounds for one-handed types. Larger two-handed swords rarely went over 10 pounds. These weapons were carefully balanced, with the blade, hilt, and pommel working together for effective use. Take the falchion, a curved sword popular in the 13th and 14th centuries. It was designed for powerful cutting strikes and was especially good against armor. When replicas are made today, they often reflected these details accurately. But not all weapons are portrayed correctly. The flail, a weapon with a spiked ball attached to a chain, is a common sight in movies, but historical evidence shows it was rarely used in actual medieval battles. Its exaggerated depiction makes it look more dramatic than realistic. Most infantry soldiers relied on polearms like spears, pikes, and halberds. These weapons had long shafts and were great for keeping enemies at bay. Knights and mounted fighters used swords and daggers, like the rondel dagger, which was a small, pointed weapon for close combat. Metal armor became more common from the late 14th century onward, replacing leather armor, which was rarely used in Europe. People often think medieval swords were heavy and clunky, but that's not true. They were carefully crafted for balance and effectiveness. Sometimes movies overstate how easily swords could cut through armor, but in reality, polearms were often more effective against armored foes. Reproductions made for reenactments and education are usually quite accurate because they are based on real artifacts and detailed research. They help us understand how medieval soldiers fought, what they wore, and how warfare evolved over time. In the end, many weapons shown today are close to what was used in medieval times, especially in museums and scholarly reconstructions. But popular media sometimes adds extra flair or exaggerates features for entertainment. Knowing the facts about weapon design, materials, and battlefield use helps tell the difference between fact and fiction.